Welcome, my friends. Once again, thank you for joining me here. I want to talk about my pendants and how I make my universe pendants to look like planets, galaxies, exoplanets, suns, Jupiter, Mars, all of those as pendants from 2-inch down to an inch, using a stainless steel mold. Frit, you just can't pile frit up. You need to make it into a mold. And so this is what I've done. This is 304 stainless steel, cut at half inch. This is the 2-inch round. And this is the 1-inch round. And the square. Well, a square, why you say square? You can make it square. But when you're dealing with frit, you're putting it in pieces. You need a mold to hold it all together so that it folds properly into a pendant, for sure. So I do a lot of my own frit, make my own frit. This I want to show you. This is a planet like Earth. It has the cloud formation on top, green, ocean, and landmass. These are very unique, very pretty. And what I do is I grind the outside on with my diamond star grinder, and I then copper foil them, and then I put a bail on them, and you can see the twisted copper wire I wrap them in, and you can see that in the back, that are very nice, extremely nice. This is sort of like a planet with a moon crossing out in front of it. Very unique, different. I use lead-free solder, and I do fiery stars that are about to go supernova. These ones here are galaxies. You can see the galaxies in there. You can't accomplish this by just layering glass. I'm going to show you here how I do it. Another one. These are very, very pretty. This is clouds over exoplanet. Then I have the 1-inch galaxies, and it has a bail on it. No. Galaxies, gases, and I don't know if you can see the wire wrapping, how well you can see it. Very unique. Here's one. I don't know if you can see it. It's 1 billion stars. Really, really nice. Galaxy stars. Now, in order to accomplish this, you just can't cut a circle, fuse it together, whatever. My technique is to use these with thin fire on a shelf, and then I can use which I have a lot of, and some I've made, and some of it I just bought. Okay, cobalt blue, frit, it's opal. This is transparent, dark blue, and I just simply layered in my molds here. Now that is from a company here locally, but they are a national company across Canada, United States, and everything. I'm going to have it's called Metal Mart. I'm going to have a link in the book for Metal Mart and where to go, get them. I think I paid not more than $20 for them to cut me 8 of them. They're fairly cheap. These ones, the 1-inch, same thing. I got 8 of them. I think it charged me $15, and the square about the same. So you can order them, and they can deliver it to you. I don't know what their delivery charges are, if they will deliver, and you can go and pick it up or request to have them mailed to you or whatever. So really, really nice. Once again, you can take 2 square pieces, usually 3/4 to 1-inch squares. 2 squares set on an angle to each other will fuse into a circle. Any more than that, you get like a really weird type shape. This one here is my evil eye, and that's done the same way. It's in one of the molds, and what I do is I layer white in the bottom, and then I layer the blue, and then I use a tool to make a nice round hole in all of it, and then I added black, and all what I did was simply just put a bail on it, which is really nice. Pieces, you can do it in pieces, chunks. Just add chunks, little chunks of the glass, add some clear to the top of it, and you got a really different type of pendant, pardon me. These are really, really pretty, and they're see-through. So when you're talking to somebody and they ask you to look at it, you can hold it up to the sun or the light or whatever, and they're very, very nice. So making this is just a matter of using tools, straw, a little poker, sushi sticks, tweezers, and little spoons. Scoop it, put it into into the small mold, and away you go. Or if you're doing them in the square and you want to just add stuff at the top, all that I use is 50% water, 50% carpenter's glue, and I just use a paintbrush, and I just paintbrush the top of the glass, and then I just sprinkle it with crushed glass, or even I use bead making rods, and then I can cut them up, and they're a lot different colors and textures. So what I use also is pedestal and whatever they call it. So all what I do is just grind up the glass and use it, and that's how I get this. This is powder. This is I marked it as 76 or 96, pardon me. This all come out of big pieces of glass, and I just keep grinding it, and I have a coffee grinder. I don't have it here right now, but I have a coffee grinder, and then I put that in there, and I chop it all up as much as I can. Then I go into crushing the glass. I have a bigger one, a video on my YouTube channel, big one. You fill it with glass, and then you use the rod to smash it all up. So there's a link in there for that too. So you go and take a look at that. That stuff is really, really interesting when it comes to making your own frit. Now this is a piece that I molded just the other day. It's a piece of 96 glass with 96 clear glass, and as you can see, it turns into a nice square. Still has some of that thin fire on the back, but you can see it. You can see it here. Very nice. That you can make any size. Then you can make the candle holders, which I'm going to show you later how I make my candle holders. This one is the same thing, but you're going to see it's kind of semi-square. When you have two pieces of glass in stained glass, this is stained glass, it's not fusible glass, but it's off the same sheet. You can fuse stained glass as long as you keep the two pieces together. You don't want to mix and match them because they have different levels of compatibility, which means this piece of stained glass might not meet this one, and eventually it could crack and break. You don't want to mix and match stained glass, but you can use stained glass, and I also use tempered glass. Make tempered glass molds, and I make bowls and plates and sushi platters, all kinds of stuff from temp glass. If you know tempered glass, when it breaks into a million pieces, just shatters. I use that to make different products. So this is what I use. Right. This is glass tack, but it's since gone out. So I mix it with some carpenter's glue and a little bit of water, usually 50-50, maybe a little bit more water. You make it a little bit more watery, and then you can lay down a little bit of a coat, sprinkle your your glass on top of it so it stays on top of what you're making. So when you want to make a candle holder, you want to fuse the base glass with a clear on the top, and that could be 7 inches by 7 inches, and then you use a stainless steel cup and some thin fire, put the square thin fire on top, put the glass on it, and just lump it into a soft, what they call a soft fuse, right? And you can make some really nice candle holders. I'm going to show one, or maybe, because I can fire 4 at one time in my kiln. So I'll probably make up a couple, get a couple ready, and then I'll show you how I do it. That'll be another video. As many videos as I can. I mean, I'm now retired. I moved from that big studio that I had, which didn't really cost me anything, and I worked on my own after hours, and after my regular business, and I worked for a company. Anyways, yeah, they were very different. So I would go down there at night and do my work. So what else can I add? I'm going to show you how I assemble these pendants, how I make them, or how I at least solder them together. And then I'm going to show you how I make the, here we go, there we go. These are really nice. They're very easy to put together. Right there, you can see that. So all what you do is just hook it. This one can go up and up over your head, but if it's too small, I can make chokers like this and have the pendant right here, or a bead or whatever, and it's easy for you to take it off. That's what you want. Okay, so this cord, I use 550 parachute cord, and I have on the end a very nice little, so it's a bead with a ring on it, so that I can hook up, oh sorry, so I can hook it up, and it works pretty good. And here in all of this I have a ton of jump rings. I have a whack of bales, and pretty much everything for making earrings, connections, like this. Okay, so that's a dichroic earring on black, and then it's just like, I don't know, 3/8 by 3/8. Put them kitty corner, do a full fuse on it, and you got a beautiful little earring. This is gold plated, all right, and the backing, or the finding on it is designed for small earrings, and I have a nice load of them. So I also have all these small little thin 2 mil cords, and I have all the pieces in here in order to put them together. This pendant is a dichroic, black on black. Then on the back you can see I layered 3 pieces of clear. Then I did what they call a tack fuse. I just melted it enough so that it all just comes into one. So you can pretty much create whatever you want. And that's how I hang them. Very nice. And I did, I can make it again, Art Deco from the 30s. Some pendants in there are really, really nice. And I made quite a few of them, and they sold really well. And basically just all my scraps, all the little pieces that I got. I probably got enough glass here to make 10,000 of them if I really wanted to and have the avenue to sell it. Now some people might look at my eyes and think that I got a real problem. I have a condition. It's called myasthenia gravis. What that is, it affects the nervous system in the brain that controls the eyes, the breathing, and the heart. And I've had some major issues. I spent some major time in the hospital, 2 or 3 times through the COVID pandemic. I got it and I went into the hospital, and because I'm autoimmune compromised, they really wanted to keep a close eye on me, and thank goodness I was able to get better and feel better, and I'm on my way back, and so I do work a little bit part-time. What can I say? I work part-time for the same company that I was when I was working in the high-rise business as a property manager. So now I am a key holder, which I'm on 24-hour call 2 nights a week plus the weekends. In the event that something happens, police, fire, emergencies, that I have a key for all the properties, and I can get out there and help our tenants that have issues. So I want to thank you very much. I want you to subscribe. I want you to like, and I want you to ring that bell. Ding, ding. If you ring the bell the next time I upload a video, it will be there. I'm hoping, because I don't think I had that on the first set of videos that I did. So I got to try to figure out how to do it. I don't want to pay anybody to do my video editing. This is one I made, and you can see the bail on it. This is stainless steel wire wrapping. I've done that myself. I've done quite a few of them, and you'll be able to see some of that. And that's what I basically did, was Galaxies, you know, within the gas buildup. It's clear. It is. They are a little large, and they're got a little bit of weight to them. So you're going to have to know that. I'll put the weights when they're finished. Like this is a full 2. This is a full 2. This is a full 2 1/4 inch circle. These ones, they're smaller. Wow, these are beautiful. I'm telling you. On the video, you're just not. You just don't know. You just don't know how the depth and everything works on this just from video. Once I sell a few more of them, I'll get them to write out the comments and put comments in on my my book. Might be too late for my book, but my book will be coming out before too long, and anybody that buys the book or anybody online can come in and do it. I'm not charging anybody to come in and look at my videos and know what I do. So thank you very much for watching, and please watch it to the end, because the more you watch my videos and go through to the end, I know some of them are boring and some of them are a little different. I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional editor or anything else. I'm just a guy that really loves doing this kind of work. And if you ask my two daughters, Ashley and Kayla, if you ask them, they're at awe. You know, Dad does this, Dad does that, and they put it on their blogs and their Facebook. My one daughter has 700,000 hits on her Instagram page, so she's going to push some she's going to push out some information to all her friends, and hopefully that'll help with my YouTube page and my book. So thank you very much for watching. I'll come back with another tutorial on how I make these cords, and that'll be great. I'll be able to share with you some of the findings that I have and how they really do work nice in the jewelry. So if you have any interest in making jewelry or whatever, most of these videos that I've got are going to be helpful. People that have a lot of experience or more experience, they might see one or two or maybe even 3 things that I do, which is a little bit different than what other people are doing. So they might get something out of it. I'm hoping that everybody that comes and visits like my videos, like me, and enjoy making really cool things. And so I'm going to do one video on, well, I have some already in my YouTube channel about my kiln, but there's some drop rings that I want to do. That I promised that I would have done a long time ago, but I had health issues and I didn't finish. So thank you, and thank you. You take care, because I care.